Hello everybody and welcome to the Teddy Bear Picnic at Smiling Hogshead Ranch. This is a fun little holiday that happens every year on July 10th. Join us as we celebrate. We'll be singing songs, reading stories, doing a craft, even making some snacks as we explore the ranch with our bears. Grab a stuffed teddy or other furry friend and come on along. We hope you have fun today.
Winnie the Pooh. A house is built at Pooh Corner for one day when Pooh Bear had nothing else to do. Thought he would do something, so he went round to Piglet's house to see what Piglet was doing. The door was open, and the more he looked inside, the more Piglet wasn't there. "Now," said Pooh sadly. First he thought he would knock very loudly, just to be quite sure, and while he waited for Piglet not to answer, he jumped up and down to keep warm, and a hum suddenly came into his head. "For it snows, tiddly-pum, for it goes, tiddly-pum, for it goes, tiddly-pum. I'm snowing and nobody knows. How cold my toes, tiddly-pum, how cold my toes, tiddly-pum, are growing." "So what I'll do," said Pooh, "I'll do this, see Eeyore and sing to him." Suddenly saw Piglet sitting in his best armchair. He only stands there rubbing his head and wondering whose house he was in. "Hello, Piglet," he said. "I thought you were out." "No," said Piglet. You were out, Pooh." "So it was," said Pooh. "I knew it was one of us." "Nearly 11 o'clock, said Pooh happily, just in time for a little smackerel of something. "Then I'll go out and sing my song to Eeyore." Piglet set out on their way. "Tiddly what?" said Piglet. "Pom," said Pooh. "I put that in to make it more hummy. The more it goes, tiddly-pum, the more." "Didn't you say snows?" "Yes, but that was before the tiddly-pum." "A different tiddly-pum," said Pooh, feeling rather muddled now. "I'll sing to you. For it snows, tiddly-pum, the more it goes, tiddly-pum, the more it goes, tiddly-pum. I'm snowing and nobody knows, tiddly-pum. How cold my toes, tiddly-pum, how cold my toes, tiddly-pum." "It isn't the toes so much as the ears." "That," said Piglet, "is a grand idea." "A house, Piglet." "I have a house." "And the Robin has a house. And Alligator Rabbit have houses. Even rabbits, friends, and relations have houses or something. Poor Eeyore has nothing. What have I been thinking? Let's build him a house." "That," said Piglet, "is a grand idea." "Where shall we build it?" "Build it there, and we will call it Pooh Corner. We'll build a Eeyore house with sticks, Pooh Corner for Eeyore. Put a heap of sticks on the other side of the wood. Come along." Mr. Robin has spent the morning indoors going to Africa and back and was wondering what it was like outdoors when you should come knocking at the door, but Eeyore. Hello, Eeyore, said Mr. Robin. How are you? What's the matter, Eeyore? Nothing important. I suppose you haven't seen a house. This morning, it was there, and when I came back, it wasn't. Not at all. And it was only Eeyore's house, but I wondered. Mr. Robin didn't stop to wonder. He was already back in his house, putting on waterproof hat, waterproof boots, back and looked for it at once. He called out to Eeyore. Sometimes, said Eeyore, when people have quite a bit of talking at a person's house, if you know what I mean, there, said Eeyore. Not a stick of it left. You hear what he asked? What is it? Somebody's laughing. They both listened and they heard a deep groove voice saying, knowing and or high voices tiddly pumming in between. Who? Said Christopher Robin. Oh, it's the boy, said Eeyore. Piglet, said Christopher Robin. What we want is a trained bloodhound. Words of a song changed suddenly. We've finished our house, off the gruff voice. Tiddly Pum, he sang sweetly one. Beautiful house, Tiddly Pum. Wish it were mine, Tiddly Pum. Who? Shouted Mr. Robin. Oh, said Piglet. What? Said Eeyore. Just said, oh, said Piglet very nervously. It is, said Pig. It's like this, said Piglet very quickly. Warmer. What's warmer? The other side of the wood where Eeyore's house is. My house is here. No, said Piglet firmly. Oh, I ought to know. I mean, you're sure the house was just here? Of course I am, said Eeyore. And he murmured to himself, so bright at all, some of them. Why? What's the matter, Pooh? Well, said Pooh, that's it. It's there. So they left him, and Christopher Robin went back to lunch with his friends Pooh and Piglet, and they went back on the way on an awful mistake they had made. And when he had finished laughing, they all sang the outdoor song for snowy weather the rest of the way home.
everybody. If your tummy's grumbling, it's time for a tasty teddy bear snack. We're going to make a tasty teddy treat today. You're going to need to get a grown-up and gather a few things. Get some bread, either peanut butter, jelly, cream cheese, or some type of spread you like, and some healthy fruits, nuts, and seeds. It doesn't matter what kind, it's all up to you. First thing we're going to do is take our piece of bread and we're going to put it on our plate. I'm going to use peanut butter today, and with my spatula I'm going to take a nice big part of it, put it on my bread, and I'm going to kind of swirl it around in a circle. I'm going to put a little bit more on. I'm making a shape for my teddy bear head. Now I think I would like to use a peach today, so I am going to use a knife, have a grown-up help you, and cut a few slices, and these are going to be my ears and the bottom of my face. I also got a couple blueberries which are in season right now, so I'm going to put them on for the eyes, and for the last part I think I'm going to use an almond right there for my nose. And check it out, a tasty teddy bear treat that you can make at home today.
Mooncake by Frank Ash. To Devin and the Cascos. One summer night, Bear and his friend Little Bird sat down to watch the moon. After a while, Little Bird said, "I think I feel hungry." "Me too," replied Bear. "And you know what I wish? I wish I could just jump up and take a bite out of the moon." How delicious that would be." "How do you know?" chirped Little Bird. "Maybe the moon doesn't taste good at all. Maybe it tastes terrible." Bear thought for a moment. He went inside and got his bow and arrow. With a piece of string, he attached a spoon to the arrow, just like so. Then he went outside and shot the spoon at the moon. Where did it go?
Into the water.
It landed in the water. "I knew that wouldn't work," said Little Bird. "The moon is just too far away. What you need is a rocket ship." "Then I shall build one," said Bear. The very next day, Bear went to the junkyard and bought everything he thought he would need to build a rocket ship. All summer long, Bear and Little Bird worked and worked. But when fall came, the rocket ship was still not finished. "I would like to go with you," said Little Bird, "but winter is coming, and I must fly south with the flock." So Bear and Little Bird said goodbye.
Goodbye.
When it began to get cold and the leaves fell off the trees, Bear got sleepy. But instead of climbing into bed and sleeping through the winter, he kept right on working. He worked and worked until the rocket ship was finished. Then he climbed inside and began the countdown.
5,
10,
and
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But before he reached 1, he fell asleep. He slept and slept and slept. What's happening?
It's coming into winter.
Until one night, the wind knocked over his rocket ship. Bear had never been awake in the winter before. When he opened his eyes and saw all the snow, he thought he was on the moon. He climbed out of his rocket ship, scooped up some snow, and made a little moon cake. Then he tasted it. It tasted like something he had tasted before, but he wasn't quite sure what it was. While he thought about that, he decided to go for a walk. He didn't want to go too far because he was afraid he would get lost. So he walked in a big circle. After a while, he came upon his own paw prints in the snow. There they are. These paw prints are too big to belong to a moon mouse or even a moon raccoon, thought Bear. Maybe they were made by a moon bear, or perhaps he shuddered, a terrible moon monster. Bear felt scared. He ran back to his rocket ship and prepared for takeoff. Again, he began the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And again, he fell asleep. This time he slept until spring. One day his friend Little Bird returned and woke him up. "How was everything down south?" asked Bear. "Just fine," said Little Bird. "Did you go to the moon?" asked Little Bird. "I sure did," said Bear. "And how did the moon taste?" asked Little Bird. "Was it terrible?" "No," replied Bear. "It was
delicious."
delicious. That's right. The end.
I have to go home, so let's say abracadabra, can I go home with Mommy? Bye.
Hi, thanks for joining us to help us make some moon cakes. The kiddos are already eating some moon cakes of their own. You might also know them as snow cones. We've got a little extra something to add to ours today. We've got some maraschino cherries that make it an extra special treat. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a grown-up to help you out. We have a special ice crusher here that kids can use with supervision in our household. You may have a blender at home that you can get a grown-up's help with. Or
the blender has to have the mode for pressing.
yes, it should have an ice crushing mode, yes. Or you can get a plastic bag, fill it with ice cubes, and then get a hammer and crush that ice manually.
I have another idea. You can just put a hammer on the bottom and then ice on the top and try shaking it. And
you're smashing it down?
Smash it. It might smash and turn into
crushed ice, right?
That's what snow is, so that's why we're making it.
Exactly. We're trying to make our own snow cones or moon cakes. So Oliver's going to be using a lot of strength here to crush this ice.
I already got one from the last video. If you want, you can try both videos. And we made two just for 2 rounds.
Yes. It's always good to do things a couple times so you get your best shot.
We might do 3 times.
Who knows? So go ahead and let's see, how does our crushed ice look? Oh yeah, that looks great. And then all you do is you scoop it out. And we've got these little silicone cupcake molds that we've been putting it in.
That was good enough.
That was good enough? Yes, you want another one, huh? And we've been topping them with maraschino cherries. You could also add your own simple syrup that you can make at home with just a little bit of sugar. You could add some lemon juice and make your own special snow cone moon cakes of your own invention. Bye-bye.
Time to get creative. We're going to make a teddy bear craft today. Now this is going to be a scrap craft. That means we're going to use things we might otherwise throw out or recycle. For this craft, you're going to need a toilet paper tube, and I have some pieces of paper that I cut off of advertisements and mail that came to our house. You'll also need a few basic supplies like crayons or markers, a safe pair of scissors, and some glue. And don't forget a grown-up helper.
Now we're going to turn this toilet paper tube into a teddy bear, and the first thing we're going to need to do is give him some feet. I'm going to use this nice orange paper, put it underneath, and I'm going to draw a shape a little bit like a giant heart. Just like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. Bears are all different. They're still happy. Have your grown-up help you cut this heart out. And once it's cut out, we're going to put it to the side for just a minute. Here we go. There's my heart. Now we're also going to need some arms for our bear. And I'll use this nice orange piece of paper. And our arms are going to be real easy. They're just going to be a long shape. So I'm going to cut around just like this. Grown-ups, you can do the cutting if you have a little one with you. Now I'm going to take one of my markers and I'm going to put a few little marks here to be the teddy bear's nails. I'm going to put 2 circles to be his paw pads, and I'm going to do the same thing on this heart. So 2 circles and 3 nails. I'm going to take my glue, I'm going to turn this over and put glue on the back, shake my glue up, and wrap it around for his hands, or his paws, because that's what we call bear hands. We're going to put some glue on our heart. You may have to hold the arms around the teddy bear's body for a minute or 2. You can also put a rubber band around it to hold it in place. Now once that is tacky and sticking to your toilet paper tube, you can let it go, and we have to make our teddy's ears. I am going to cut out 2 more circles, and I think I'm going to use this pretty orange again. They don't have to be perfect circles, but before I glue them on, I'm going to put on my bear's eyes. I think he'll give him some green eyes. I will make a nice circle again here for his muzzle, a circle here for his nose, and then we're going to put the ears on right on the top. So I'm going to put a dot of glue here, a dot of glue here, and finally we'll hold those in place. Get creative out there today. Have fun, guys.
At 6 o'clock, their mommies and daddies will take them home to bed because they're tired little teddy bears.